Good morning. How are we? It is Tuesday the 6th of April today. Did a very Easter bank holiday thing and went to the garden centre over the weekend, as entertaining as it is. I've actually kind of started getting into them now, indoor houseplants. We've got some for the studios in Marlborough, devices at the moment, for when we open back up. And there was the ones we got actually grow up to 5 metres, the guy said. Good morning, Shell. The guy said they'll grow up to 5 metres, okay, if we, and this is the key bit, if we water it but not too much, give it some humidity but not too much humidity, give it some light but not too much light. And I was thinking, this is quite confusing now. How much light is too much? How much water is too much? And it reminded me I was a bit like, so almost, do I water it straight away? Do I water it not? Do I leave it a week first? Do I not? And I was thinking, wow, this is like the nutrition industry, isn't it? This is like, do I eat carbs? Do I eat some carbs? I need carbs because they're the right fuel source. This is what we hear, isn't it? They're the right fuel source. So they're my key thing for energy. But then also carbs make us fat. I need protein, but not too much protein because it's bad for our kidneys. That's what you hear. I need some fat as it's essential, but then fat makes you fat. That's also what you hear. And it's like, where do you start? And what it comes down to is this, pretty much. Check the soil, see what the plant looks like. If it's looking like it's not thriving, you're going to have to change something up. Is it too much light? Have you watered it too much? Have you watered it not enough? My point here is it's actually just going to be trial and error to see what the plant does, whether it's thriving or not. And it's exactly the same when it comes to nutrition. And that's why, although we can give people straight in done for you meal plans, and that can be helpful. That can be helpful to see portion size. That can be helpful to know exactly what to eat and when, to give you some structure. At the same time, you haven't got the tools to manipulate things for when you do reach that obstacle. And that's the problem with a lot of diets out there, problem with a lot of diet clubs. When you hit a plateau, there's nowhere really to go. And it's like, well, I'm doing it anyway. Or do I just do more of the same thing? Rather than looking at, okay, what are you doing right now? Is it working, yes or no? How can we make the smallest to get some marginal gains here? Because it's about marginal gains. That's what it's about. How can we look at the smallest gains in terms of what you're doing already? So it's not, you don't have to change your whole diet. You don't have to go shopping, really. You might just have to change your behaviour around food, whether that's sitting down when you eat. You might have to change the timings that you eat a little bit to help you in terms of making sure you're full and nourished rather than eating all your foods in the evening. Maybe for some people, we need to start now just balancing it out throughout the day a bit more. For someone else, it could be, right, we have a glass of water for each meal. For someone else, we're looking at your protein intake. We're looking at your iron. We're looking at vitamin B. Maybe we do need to get into that a bit more. Right, I'm vegan, so I need to make sure we're getting the vitamin B in. We need to make sure we're getting iron in, omega-3. All these questions start coming into it now. And that will mean that we need to go into it a bit more. But we might not even have to touch that for someone else. Yeah, if it was a cookie cutter plan and you had to touch all of it, all of a sudden then I've got to change everything. So then we're focusing on one thing at a time. And my point today is don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Just start now because you'll get the answers very quickly. And I'll let you know how my plant goes. We might have a race between Devizes and Marlborough. Who can grow the biggest plant? Already, the chances are that Marlborough's plant will win, as both Julie and Jessie have said they're rubbish at looking after plants. And so if you see them, tell them, remember to water the plant and give it enough light, but not too much light, okay? Because if you give it too much light, well, we're not going anywhere. So 5 metres. So the goal is it wraps around everywhere like a jungle. That'll look quite cool. Anyway, just start today. You'll get the answers very quickly. I can guarantee you that. And if you've started already and done something and you found it hasn't worked, let me know what you've done so far and where you're at right now, because that will give me the best feedback for us to help you. Rather than saying it's not working, well, what have you done? I don't really know. That's the difference right there. Are you collecting kind of data, if you like? And that's why the little blue book comes in handy. The little blue book comes in handy. Because we can start to track things. And this is what we are bringing in to our Fit for Life Kickstart program. Anyway, either way, what we're looking at here is your 3 legs of the stool. The food, the fitness, and the mindset side of it. What have you done? What haven't you done? What's working well? What's not working well? With your food, 1 habit. With your fitness, 1 habit. With your self-care, 1 habit. Then we can start to see, okay, when you do this, this happens. What happens if we just change this one? What's the leg of the stool for you? I'm actually in a wobbly chair as we speak. What's the leg of the stool for you that can have the biggest difference, the biggest impact on your results? Because for a lot of people, they'll go straight in on like fitness. And for some people, they're already doing a lot of that anyway. For other people, they haven't exercised in so long, it's a big thing. So we make that the one thing. Right, what's it going to be like when I come in to a session outside this week, Matt? Right, so what's going to happen is you're going to come in, there's going to be just ladies there who are similar age to you. Great. And we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up to start with, just to get warm, especially if it's raining and cold. Make sure you bring your own mat and bring some water. Perfect. Okay, you'll be coned out in your space. Nice. Feel safe now. Then, once you're getting a bit warm, we're going to make sure you're getting your technique right in the exercise that we do. We'll probably go round first round, just to make sure your technique's on point. We don't have 2 big sessions, so we can see your form and make sure everything's okay. Perfect. Then we'll repeat that, because the more you repeat that, the better your technique will get. That's a great first session done, so we can see how you move. All of a sudden, fitness done. That's feel-good hormone. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Oh, I'm going to eat better now. All this starts to domino. That's a domino, isn't it? There you go. Anyway, I'm not off to water the plant, as reality is I'm going to ask Mrs. Fruci for step-by-step instructions. But even her instructions were like, well, I've had that one up there. I haven't watered that. I water that one once a month and it's thriving. That one once a week and it's doing okay. So it's a bit of a lottery. But anyway, every plant is different. So we've got to individualize it for you. Anyway, we are off for morning cardio bar with Chloe, Tai Chi at 7:15. And then we have no floor, knee friendly, no squat, 9:30. And then we have Tabitha's lunchtime. Evening, we have muscle strengthening legs. And then stomach blast straight after that. So, have a lovely day. Any questions, as always, let me know. And enjoy. Happy Tuesday. Nearly said Monday. Speak soon.